Hello everyone, welcome to Sarah's Stitchery. My name is Sarah and this is my channel where I talk all about my cross stitch. So welcome. Today is Friday, November 29th. It is Black Friday and this is Flosstube episode number 24. So welcome. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have fun and enjoy what you see. And if you do, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel, liking the video, leaving me a comment, saying hello. And if you are returning, thank you so much for spending more of your time with me. And I hope you also enjoy what you see today. Hopefully everyone had a lovely Thanksgiving. We did. We had a nice quiet Thanksgiving here at home. And I'm ready to get back into stitching. I feel like it's been busy, and now it's time to start easing. Not that it's gonna get any less busy with Christmas coming, right? But maybe I'll have some time to do a little bit of stitching this weekend. So anyway, let's get right into it. I don't have any finishes today. I have some new starts, and I have a couple of giveaways. I have a giveaway winner to announce, and I have a new giveaway to show you today. So let's just get right into it. So my first new start, I think this was a new start since I saw you last. I'm a little off my schedule, but I don't think I had started this yet. So it is Winter Folk by Hands On Design. And you may or may not have heard that myself and my friend Sarah from Handmade by Sarah W are hosting a stitch along for this pattern. And so far, I've seen a lot of progress from people. So let me show you mine. So Sarah and I started it on November 17th. And we are making some progress. Let me put it on my board here. So so the stitch along that we're hosting is like a stitch at your own pace. There's no schedule. So if you've started and you've shared your progress with us, that's awesome. Thank you. I've been loving seeing the progress. And if you haven't started and you want to join in, feel free to join in whenever you're ready. Okay, let me show you what I've got. So here is my progress. I start from the top and work my way down. Sarah starts in the middle and then she works her way up and works her way down. And so we actually showed this on our video the other day. We did another episode of Stitching with the Sarahs that we film about once a month, and we post on both of our channels. So if you haven't seen it, I would love for you to go check it out. You can find our videos on her channel and my channel. So her channel is called Handmade by Sarah W. And we just like getting together and showing the things that we're stitching together, because she and I stitch a lot of the same things. So yeah. So we're hosting the stitch along together. I'm stitching mine on the called 432 count Driftwood by Fabrics by Stephanie. We're both using the called for DMC. She is using an Aida, I believe a 16 count Aida, but I'm forgetting what color she's using. So if you're interested in knowing that, you should definitely go check out our video. And we also post on Instagram. So here are the called for flosses. And yeah, I've already got the first set of specialty stitches in here. So this also calls for some DMC pearl cotton in the color 642, 12 weight. And this is used for all the specialty stitches in these pieces. And the nice thing about the specialty stitches is they are linen friendly, they are Aida friendly. So like I stitch on linen, Sarah stitches on Aida, and we both are able to easily do the linen or do the specialty stitches on both. Kathy does a really fantastic job of giving detailed instructions in the pattern itself, but she also puts out a video tutorial of how to do the specialty stitches as well. So don't let that stop you from stitching these. The specialty stitches with Kathy's tutorials are actually very simple and easy to do. So here's mine so far. I've got a good little start on it. I love seeing people's progress. My friend Allison is actually almost done with it. She's like flying through it. Other people are kind of taking it a little slower like us. And, you know, again, it's a stitch at your own pace. So if you want to pick it up and finish it all in a week, that's fine. And if you want to kind of piece it together here and there like Sarah and I are doing, that's fine too. But just make sure you tag us tag me at Stitchy Sarah Reads, tag Sarah at Handmade by Sarah W, and tag Kathy at Hands On Design. And also, if you plan on using the finishing paddle, the Folk paddle by Chantel's 141, make sure you tag her as well in your post and use our hashtag HOD Winter Folk SAL. Let's talk about that paddle real quick. Let me set this down for a second. So this is the paddle that was designed by Chantel's 141 Design Company. It was designed specifically for these seasonal folk charts. And Sarah and I have actually been stitching the whole series. So we have spring. Oh, and if you're curious, I am putting these on with magnets. I've got magnets glued to the back of my board, and I've got magnets glued to the back of my piece. And it's just really easy to pop on and off and change out for the seasons. So there was spring, and I stitched all of mine on the same fabric, on that 32 count driftwood fabrics by Stephanie. That was spring. Here was summer. And then fall. Fall came out recently, but I had actually stitched it a year prior when I went to the Chantel's 141 Pep Rally. And that's where I met Kathy and Bill when I was there. And yeah, so I'm really excited to be getting the winter folk done. Then I will have all 4 of the seasonal pieces. But even if you haven't stitched the 3 previous pieces, you can still join in anytime. You don't have to do them in a specific order. So yeah, that was Winter Folk by Hands On Design. All right. And I'm going to put these away as I go so I don't have a big mess when I'm done. And I'll show you my project bags as I go along too. So this one, let me forget to put floss in here too. This one I'm keeping in what I call a vintage Painted Leaf Co. bag. Oh, look at those snowy houses. Painted Leaf Co. is a project bag company that is my mom's company. Her name is Kathy, and she makes these beautiful project bags. She makes vinyl front, and she makes full fabric project bags. And so this one came out a couple of years ago, I think. So I love that one. Very pretty. All right, next is another new start. So I'm sure many of you have heard about the Jingle Ball event that's going to be happening soon, towards the beginning of December. It's an online retreat hosted by Lindy Stitches. There's lots of different designers that have designed special pieces for the Jingle Ball, and there are classes. I know you can probably still sign up for a lot of the classes. Some of the classes had kits, and then some you could just purchase the PDF, and that will get you into the class as well. I decided to do the PDF. Oh, let me show you the pattern first. I decided to do the PDF pattern for the Stacy Nash class for the Gingerbread House sewing book. There it is. And so you stitch the front of the gingerbread house and the back, and then you sew it together in this beautiful little sewing book here. So I decided to start that. My friend Sarah from Handmade by Sarah W also started it with me. And here is my progress so far. So not a lot yet. I'm still kind of I've been in the fall mood for stitching. Now that Thanksgiving has happened, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be transferring over to just Christmas at this point. But that's my start on the gingerbread house. I'm stitching this on 40 count Up in the Attic by Fox and Rabbit. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful fabric. And I'm using all of the call for Weeks Dye Works. There's only 6 colors. So pretty easy to kit up. So there's my start. Hopefully the next time you see it, I'll have the front done and I'll be on the back perhaps. So yeah, and I'm keeping that in a new bag I got from my mom at Painted Leaf Co. This was one of her newer bags. So cute. I love those reindeer with their curly antlers and the little bird in the tree there. So pretty. Painted Leaf Co. Go check her out on Etsy and Instagram. Are you guys doing Jingle Ball too? doing any classes. This will actually be my first time doing a class. I've never signed up for a Jingle Ball class before, so I'm looking forward to it. Okay, next, I think I showed you this start before. This is the Merry Autumn Pinkeep by Stacy Nash. This was a new pattern that came out in like August, I think. And I kitted it up and I wanted to start it. And so I had started it on, hold on. Here it is. It's on this giant piece of fabric and there's a hanging thread. But I had started it on this fabric here. This fabric is 46 count wheat by Fiber on a Whim. And I don't think I stitched much more than you saw last time, but I have abandoned this because I kept having an issue in the roof here. I don't know if it's a problem with my eyes on this small count fabric or if there's a flaw in the fabric. I haven't figured it out, but I have frogged this roof twice and restitched it. And something keeps happening in here somewhere where I get off like by a half a stitch because I'm stitching over 2. And so I was getting incredibly frustrated with this. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to UFO this and maybe I'll restart it next year. And I was very just disgusted with the whole thing after spending so much time just stitching and restitching that little piece of the roof. And then the other day I was like, I really like that design. I still want to stitch it. So I decided to restart it instead. Instead of putting it away and just being disgusted, I decided I was going to give it another try. So let me show you my second attempt at this. I'm stitching my second attempt on a 40 count this time in the color Moonstone by Fiber on a Whim. I like this fabric so much better. The count is better. The color, I think, is better than the first one. And so I'm very pleased that I decided to start again. I am stitching with mostly the called for. Here they are. I've got them on a Chantel's floss thing here. I think I switched out 2 colors, but so fall, so beautiful. And that's my start. Again, now that Thanksgiving is over and we are getting into the Christmas season, my fall stitching might go away, but I'm glad I restarted it. I think it looks so pretty. I love that white pumpkin. I'm definitely going to finish the white pumpkin before I put it away and maybe just stitch that roof just to, you know, break the seal of the curse of the roof. And that way when I pick it back up next year, I'll be so happy to get back to it. But I'm really happy that I decided to restart that because I had a feeling if I didn't restart it, I was just going to be left with the feeling of like aggravation and disgust, and then that would prevent me from restarting it next year, and I didn't want to have a cloud hanging over that piece. So I'm glad that I restarted. And since there are little chickens in this pattern, I had to put it in a chicken bag. I got this bag from my sister. She's also a bag maker, and she is on Etsy and Instagram as Pepper Pot Shop. And that's the bag I'm keeping it in. I had to keep it in my chicken bag. Isn't that bag so cute? Look at all these chickens. Adorable. So that's in my chicken bag. And I always link my mom and my sister's shops below. So go take a look at their shops. Okay, next, I gotta find the pattern here on my sorry, I can't think and talk at the same time on my iPad. Okay, so this was a newer one as well. This is Harvest Moon by Annie Beez. I've got this one on my iPad. I've been transitioning and working a lot on my iPad because I just got an iPad for my birthday and I'm loving it. I'm loving being able to zoom in and see my patterns better than like on paper. Now that I'm getting a little older, my eyes are starting to go a little bit. So, so that's Harvest Moon by Annie Beez Folk Art. As soon as that one came out, my friend Sarah and I were like, we got to stitch that. And our friend Lori is stitching it. And it looks so cute. Let me pull it up here. All right, so I've got a start. Not a big one, but it's a start. That's where I'm at. So I'm stitching this on a 40 count maple bar by Cedar River Linen. This is actually my very first Cedar River Linen. For some reason, I'd never ordered any before, and I kept seeing this color on other Flosstubes, this color of fabric, and I was like, I'm gonna order some. So I did, and it turns out to be the perfect piece of fabric for this stitch. So as you can see, I've got the house outlined, I've got the roof done, I've got the flagpole, and I've been working a little bit on the border because I'm notorious for leaving borders for last and then like really dragging my feet about finishing things. So trying to be a little proactive as I go along. I am stitching this using a color conversion from Roxy Floss Co. Our friends Lori and Emily were at the Stitch North retreat recently, and Ever Totes was there. They're the ones who carry Roxy Floss, and they did a conversion for Lori while she was there. I don't know if they did it specifically for Lori, but they did a conversion while she was there, and Lori shared the conversion with me. And so that's what I'm using. I love that there's a purple in here. I haven't figured out where that is in the pattern yet, but I'm excited about that. So I'm using that floss conversion. I did change a couple of the greens because they weren't going to work on my fabric. One of the greens was just like way too light. But other than that, I'm sticking true to the color conversion, and I think it's going to turn out cute. I don't know how much longer I'm going to work on this one simply because I am like itching to stitch Christmas. But I am still enjoying it, so I'm going to keep it in my tote that I bring downstairs for stitching and pull it out if I get the itch to stitch. Excuse me. I'm keeping this in another Painted Leaf Co. project bag. This one came out like a year or two ago. But the colors are so fall, so jewel toned. They remind me of the color palette of Harvest Moon, so I thought this was the perfect bag to put it in. Very cute. Okay, today's going to be a bit of a quick video. All right, next I have Stacy Nash, Jack's House Pinkeep. My friend Sarah was stitching this with a friend of hers, and I was like, I want to stitch that too, so I copied them. Sarah and her friend already finished it. I have not, but I've been working on it. So I'm stitching mine on an unknown piece of fabric. It was in my stash. I have like a bin where I have like fabric scraps and stuff. And this was something I had started another project on and decided I didn't really want to do that project anymore. So I repurposed it for Jack. See, that was the other project I was working on. But here's Jack's House Pinkeep here. And as you can see, I've been making some progress. There's the pattern. And it's turning out really cute. I'm pretty sure this is a 40 count fabric. And I'm just using one strand. Everything that I've shown you, with the exception of Winter Folk, is one strand over two. Winter Folk is 2 strands because it's a 32 count. But primarily I stitch on 40 count, and so I always use one strand. But I'm using the called for floss. It calls for 3 gentle arts, but I also decided I wanted a green in there. This is a dark green called Spinach, and I'm using that for like the vines and the leaves and stuff. On here, it's the brown color, but I wanted mine to be green, so that's what I'm doing. Not sure if this is going to get finished this year or if it's going to go back in the whips and be resumed next year. We'll see. I'm just, the urge to stitch Christmas is just really strong right now, so it's sad, but the fall stitching might have to be put away. Okay. Uh-oh. 1 second, I forgot to put the floss for my Harvest Moon back with that project. Give me 1 moment to do that so I don't forget later and be like, what is this floss for? Okay. Got to keep myself organized here. nothing worse than finishing a Flosstube video and then looking around and be like, oh my gosh, I have a huge mess to clean up. So I try to maintain some order and organization as I go along. All right, I've got 2 things left to show you. Speaking of Christmas stitching, I have been working on Santa Stops Here. I started this in 2022, I believe. This is by Brenda Gervais with I Needle and Thread. And I don't think I touched it at all last year. I had stitched pretty much this whole house with like the exception of like a couple of the bricks, like a few bricks. And so I had gotten really tired of stitching all that brown and had put it aside, and I think I was still so tired of it last year that I didn't even pull it out. But this year, my friends are stitching it. I know my friend Sarah started it, and she's almost done. Our friend Lori started it. I think our friend Emily is stitching it. So I was like, well, I'm going to pull mine out if you guys are working on it. It's really motivated me to get mine out. And I've made some progress. So I finished the house. I might have even have finished the roof. I don't remember if the roof was done before or not. And I stitched everything down here. I finished the door. I love the little satin stitches in the panels of the door there. I am trying to work a little bit on the border and not save the whole thing for the last part. Working on Santa a little bit. I wanted to get some colors in there. I was tired of browns and greens and whites. Excuse me. I'm stitching this on 40 count. I think this is Rustic Drab by XU Design, but really that's just an educated guess because I didn't have it written down anywhere. Oh, that reminds me. So I showed my planner, my happy planner in my last video, I think, because I plan on using that this year instead of my book of days. I just don't have enough room in the book of days to write things down. But I had some planner like pages, like inserts that I had gotten from the Naptime Stitcher a couple of years ago. And so I had gone back on her website to see, on her Etsy shop, to see like what else she had in there. And she had these project cards in her shop that you can print out. So I printed some out on cardstock, and I am just using these and putting them in my bag. And this has been really great. You can write down your floss, especially if you have any conversions, write down all the details. That way, when I pull out a project from now on, when I start using these cards for every one of them, I won't have to sit here and try to guess because I'm not always the best about writing things down. I'm going to try to get better about that. But all that to say, I think I'm using Rustic Drab by XU Design. I'm pretty sure it's a 40 count. And I'm using all the called for floss, except I subbed in a Roxy floss in this red. This color is called Lollipop because the Santa's outfit in the chart is in Licorice Red by Classic Colorworks. And my Licorice Red was pinky red. And I didn't want Santa to have a pink outfit. I wanted him to be very classic. I like the red and white. So that's why I subbed in that color. And I think it works with this color palette. So I think it's going to be good. So that's my progress on that. And I really would like to finish this year. I don't think that would be too hard to do. I mean, I've got all of the solid stitching done. You know, I've got the house, I've got that tree, I'm working on Santa. I have some of the snow done over here. So I don't think it would be within the realm of impossibility to get this done. So wish me luck on that. I'm going to keep working on it. The nice thing is with that house done, like I feel like a renewed energy to work on that. And I'm excited about it. And there's going to be beads in the wreath on the house there. That's going to be fun to do. I haven't done beading in a while. So I'm excited to add that little bit of dimension to this piece. And I'm keeping this in a bag that I got. I think I must have gotten this a couple of years ago too. From a shop called Big Stitch Bags on Etsy. I don't know if they still make bags or not. I haven't been to that shop in a while. But I like it. It's got a little handle, got a little pom-pom trim. If it is still a shop and she still makes bags, I will link up below. I also have this little scissor fob. I forget who made this for me, but I hung it on my bag, little snowman. And I have one final stitch to show you, and then we'll get to the giveaways. So this, I consider this more of a Halloween, I guess it's like Halloween fall stitch. This is Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. And I've been working very diligently on this. I had started this a few years ago. I want to say probably in 2021. I had started it on this fabric here. I had started it on 32 count Murky by Picture This Plus. And then over time, as I, started stitching on linen more, I learned that I really like stitching with just one thread. And I prefer 40 count. And so I just wasn't motivated to stitch on this anymore. And so I abandoned this. Fortunately for me, Creative Country Girl offered to make a portfolio for me out of it. So that was really kind of her. So she saved my stitches. I didn't have to like abandon it and get rid of it. I can still enjoy it. But I also have the pleasure of restarting this. I'm pretty sure I restarted this in 2022. In fact, I know I did. And I chose a different fabric entirely. So I'm not even stitching on Murky anymore. I am stitching this on 40 count Ancient by Picture This Plus. And I really like this fabric so much. I love the modeling. I like the dark gray modeling, and there's like a brownie orange tone in here. It's really cool looking. But I guess that's like a rusty color. But here I am. So as you can see, I don't have much left. Just have to finish that border. I am terrible for leaving borders for last. I don't enjoy stitching borders. So I'm on the struggle bus a little bit with this one because I want it to be finished, but I don't want to stitch that border. So I've just been picking it up here and there and working on it. I'm going to try to put some stitches into that border every day because I want to get this finished before the new year. I think I can do it. I am using all the called for colors with the exception of, instead of the Garden Gate that's called for, I switched out Bark by Weeks Dye Works. So the Garden Gate is like the color of the bird's wings. It's just a shade lighter than the onyx that the rest of the bird is stitched in. And the border is stitched in the onyx and the Garden Gate. I don't know how much you can tell on here. You probably can't tell at all, but the border is stitched in two different colors. I think you can tell like up here where it's like lighter, but like the bud on the flower or whatever is darker. They're very similar in color, so it's a small contrast, but I hope by the time I see you next time, it'll be done. Hopefully I'm not setting myself up for failure here, but I think it's doable. And then at some point I would like to get it framed. Believe it or not, this will be, I only have one other Blackbird whip. So this would be my very first Blackbird finish ever. That's pretty exciting. I love Blackbird. I don't know why I don't stitch more of it. Their designs are amazing. My friend Sarah stitches a lot of Blackbird and her stuff is beautiful. So that was all for my whips and my new starts. Let's talk very quickly about giveaways, and then I'll let you get back to your day. So first up, a couple of videos ago, I hosted a giveaway for new designers, Cheryl and I want to say Jessica. They are new designers. Their shop, their design company is called Midnight Stitchery, and they are on Etsy. They are brand new designers, and they asked if I would host a giveaway for them, and I did. And they gave away 5 of their PDF patterns to my viewers. So 5 viewers, each viewer got to choose the pattern that they wanted from their shop. I heard from 4 of the winners. I did not hear from the 5th winner. So the 5th winner of the Midnight Stitchery PDF giveaway is Patricia Hupp, spelled H-U-P. So Patricia, if that is you, if you could send me a message, either on Instagram at Stitchy Sarah Reads, or if you could email me, stitchysarahreads@gmail.com. All my contact info is below. Let me know, and that way I can put you in contact with Midnight Stitchery and you can get your prize. Okay, last video, I hosted a giveaway for this beautiful Painted Leaf Co bag that my mom donated for one of you as a thank you for supporting her shop, for ordering her bags, and also as a thank you for supporting my channel because she's my mom and she appreciates that you support my channel. So this bag is called Christmas Patchwork. It is gorgeous. Here's the back. It's got this beautiful snowflake charm on the zipper here. And inside, you've got these golden dots. Very pretty. So one of you lucky viewers won this bag. You just had to use the word winter in your comment. And so the winner of the Christmas Patchwork bag is Linda Rios. Lindarios. Linda, if that is you, congratulations. You get this gorgeous bag. And if you don't claim it, then I'll keep it, right? Just kidding. No. Linda, this is yours. So I'll be happy to send that out to you as soon as I hear from you. Again, you can contact me either on Instagram or on my Gmail, and I will make sure this gets to you as soon as possible so you can put all your beautiful Christmas stitching in there. Okay. I have another giveaway. So another wonderful person has reached out to me to host a giveaway on my channel, and that would be Alicia from the Fanciful Flamingo. She actually sent me one of her favorite things box, and she sent another box for one of you. So I get to keep one and one of you gets to keep one. So I'll show you what's in the box. I'm pretty sure it's okay for me to show this to you. I believe Alicia said that was okay. However, if you ordered the Fanciful Flamingo's favorite things box and you do not want to see what's in here because you're waiting for yours, turn the video off because this is the last thing I'm showing. You won't miss a thing. But if you have either already received your box or you didn't order a box and you want to see what's in here and you want a chance to win one, stick around. Okay, so first of all, this box is beautiful. You've got your Fanciful Flamingo sticker on there. It says the Fanciful Flamingo's favorite things by Alicia. Like, I'm keeping this box. I'm going to reuse this box. Everything came wrapped up in this beautiful pink tissue paper. I've already opened this box and looked at everything because I was too excited. And so, got a little postcard in here from Alicia with all the information on how to start your own subscription. You got to visit her at www.thefancifulflamingo.myshopify.com. I will link it below. And so let's dig right in. So the first thing is a little project bag tag. So it's this little tag here. It's got the Fanciful Flamingo logo. And on the back of the tag, you will write your project, the designer, when you started, and if it is part of a SAL. So that's good. That's a good thing to add to your bag, especially one of the fabric bags. You can't necessarily see what's inside of it. Got some sweet treats. Surprised I didn't eat those already. Got some Lady Dot Rick Rack in the color Snow. Got some adorable, they're all kind of bunched up in here. Let me pull them out. Some adorable little stickers. That'll be great for my new planner that I showed last time. Some little Christmas tree stickers. Very cute. You got some finishing fabric. Very pretty. Got a project tracker card. That's kind of like the ones that I put in my project bags. This is perfect to help me stay organized. Got your DMC for the pattern that's in the box. All the DMC you need. Look at those colors. Those are so pretty. I'm loving this. Got a board from Chantel's 141 Design Company. And this thing right here is, here, let me pull it out of the bag so I can show you. So all of Chantel's pieces come unfinished. That way you can choose how you want to stain or paint them, or you can leave them just as is. They're very lovely quality. So you have this board to put your design on, and then you glue this on the back of it, and you stick this in here, and this becomes a stand so you can stand your piece up. Isn't that cool? I love that. So you got that. And lastly, oh, and I can't show you the whole thing, but you get this paper here that tells you what all of the items are. Plus, along with the box, you get access to a Zoom stitch along, and it gives you the meeting ID and the password so you can join the Zoom. So that's really cool. And so finally, the last thing in the box is a pattern that was exclusive for this box. It's from Finally a Farm Girl. It features her little character that she has in a lot of her designs, little Matilda the mouse. She's so cute. And this is called Matilda Trims the Tree. Look at her standing on her tomato so she can reach the tree. I like how the tree is standing on a spool too. How cute is that? And you can see that the pieces that you were sent were all meant to be for this design. So you have your backer board, you've got the finishing fabric, you've got that rickrack. Of course, you've got all the DMC in here to stitch this piece. So the only thing you would need to add is your own fabric, and then any zhuzhing that you want to add to it, like a bow or some greenery, and you've got yourself a whole kit in here. So that's awesome. So thank you, Alicia, for sending that to me. First of all, it was my first Fanciful Flamingo box. I had so much fun opening it. I love a box. I know a lot of people who do. So thank you, Alicia. But like I said, Alicia sent one for one of you. And so I would ask that you be a U.S. resident, because I got to pay for shipping for this box. I would also ask that you be a subscriber to my channel, and that you would also leave a comment using the word favorite. Since this is a box of her favorite things, just use the word favorite in your comment, and that will enter you into the giveaway. So yeah, I think that's it for today. I appreciate you guys. I always appreciate you guys spending time with me. I know your time is precious. And so the fact that you want to spend a little of your time with me just warms my heart. So thank you so much. I hope everybody is having a lovely holiday season. I hope you're getting some time amidst all the hustle and bustle of the holidays to get a little stitching in. I'd love to hear what you're stitching. And I think that's it for me today. So I'll talk to all of you later. Bye.